Hey, hello, Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, coming to you on this beautiful Wednesday here in the Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, my check-in today is kind of to answer some of the emails and questions that I received about a episode I shared about a week ago. And it was about the why we aren't going to face a bubble pop, why we're not going to see a foreclosure crisis that we saw in like 2008, 2009, 2010. And I gave you some specific reasons there. But the unfortunate part is that when I said this, we also started to see some sales numbers slip and drop. We also saw mortgage originations drop also. But there's a reason for this, because as we're seeing numbers drop, we're still in an absolutely white, almost a red hot, almost white hot market here, especially here in the Valley of Phoenix. But across the country, we see a lot of areas that are still in just an amazing, just unbelievably busy market that, listings that they make it on the market for a day, and then the next thing you know, you have 50 people standing outside waiting to see the house. And they see that the listers' phones just blow up with all the showing requests that they have. We see people just throwing multiple offers and bidding way above listing, making guarantees that if the property doesn't appraise, they'll pay up to $10 or $15 or $20,000 above whatever the property appraised, should it not appraise at contract price. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on, and it continues to go on. But last month we saw a 3.7% drop in sales. And everybody's going to go, well, Jack, if we're in such a red hot market, how come we saw a 3.7% drop nationwide? Well, can I tell you that there are 410,000 less homes for sale, or they're worth 410,000 less homes for sale than there were the previous year, which brings us right down to about a 3.7% drop in properties being sold nationwide. So we're having an inventory crisis, which is continuing to perpetuate this absolutely red hot, white hot market out here. So you know what this means? And also, we saw that new home builders, they actually picked up the slack by seeing an increase of almost 20.7%. 20.7% increase from year over year. So they're picking up the slack where existing home inventory continues to be weak. The builders are picking up the slack for those people who need to move. And, in the Valley here, we're experiencing a lot of that because of job creation, etc. So we're seeing the builders pick up the slack where existing home sales are showing a downward trend. And that's only because we have a lack of inventory. And I can only appeal to you people that are out that are thinking about selling. You know what? I believe that right now is probably the time to not stay on the fence, but it's time to get off, because you're going to get I believe the best return on your investment now. With all the sellers that we have lined up, as I said, you know what? We put a home on the market. Suddenly there's 50 people waiting outside the house to be able to see it. Because of the kind of market that we have, we're seeing, offers way above offering, people guaranteeing that they're going to bring money to close should the house not appraise. I mean, all these things are going on only to benefit you. And if you continue to watch, keep your eye on the mortgage market, the mortgage rate dropped a little bit, which means you continually have more and more buying power. So if you're making that step up, you're going to have the buying power to be able to do so. If you're making that step down, you're definitely going to have the power to do that. And actually, with the higher settlement that you're going to get from the closing of your home because of the crazy market that we have right now, you're going to have the smallest mortgage you probably have experienced in the majority of the time you've been a homeowner. So I've just kind of looked at some other numbers with the help of Keeping Current Matters. We looked at numbers that are being forecast by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the Mortgage Bankers Association, and they forecasted what they felt sales are going to do for 2021 and for 2022. I will be posting these on my social media so that you can look at it at a closer and take a little bit in more depth study to it. But I'm just going to show you right here, right now. If we look at this, we can see what the projected sales are for the rest of the year, put out there by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the Mortgage Bankers Association, what their predictions are for sales, their forecasts are. And then we see 2022, and we see that the Mortgage Bankers Association feels that, man, we're going to continue to see a rise in sales year over year. And like I said, I'm going to post all of this on my social media, and actually a little bit more than what I've told you today. There'll be some more pertinent facts on my social media that you can check that out also. But I just wanted you to know that we're going to continue to see strong sales even in the face of an inventory crisis, because new home builders are going to continue to build, fill the place where we are seeing an inventory crisis. They're going to pick up the slack. But you know what? Especially here in the Valley, I know I keep on saying this, but we have a market that is so white hot that it's going to take a tsunami to even come close to even cooling down this market. So if I can help you buy or sell, or if you need a referral to a really good lender, home inspector, whatever I can do to help, that's my job. So if you need any help anywhere with any real estate related subject, please give me a call. You can dial me direct, 248-330-7972. That's 248-330-7972. You can email me, Jack at the jteam.house. That's JACK at THE, the letter J, the word team.house. Or you can call the office and talk to any of my team members at 623-252-4061. That's 623-252-4061. Hey, this is Jack Tubbs from the J Team, wishing you a fantastic Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow with more about what's going on in the Phoenix real estate market.